Hello, everyone, and welcome back on the Decod3rs channels for a new episode of Decod3rs Holders, where we highlight the most loyal holders of the Decod3rs project and channel and community. The right word is community. And bonjour Pengzou, what's up?
Bonjour, comment vas-tu? Just kidding. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, America. But if we do it all in French, we can do it, but they're not going to understand, so we're gonna have a problem with the audience. But other than that, GM, Metababe, GM, Crollo, GM, T1, and MQ. What's up? How you doing? Good. Like the video, subscribed, everything, share it on Twitter. We are also live on Twitter, on Kick, on Twitch. We are everywhere. This is cool. Oh yeah, enjoy your warm whole day. Fuck transaction congestion, but that's something.
It's early 2000. We just invented the modem 56K. It's all right.
Fucking annoying Bostonian shit, bro. I prefer a shutdown blockchain, completely shut down, than a fucking 56 kilobytes internet connection on Web3. What's up, Jazz? Hope you're doing well.
What's up, Jazz?
Yeah. Okay, so the goal is to know more about you, about what you are doing, and I wanted to do that with you because you. So the stream is like the Web3 business analyst. Because you have
my first job, my very first job was to be a business analyst. So
see, okay, so it's not just clickbait then, because you have a really business-minded, oriented vision of the Web3 ecosystem. So that's interesting. That's
definitely less degen than the usual peeps that we see on crypto Twitter.
That's not my 99%. Yeah, exactly. That less degen than 99% of the people on.
And probably making much less money than 99% of the people, but that's all right.
That's the discussion I want to talk about, bro.
It's all right. All right.
Because that looks like it's the meta, definitely, for sure. Okay, so yeah. Can you introduce yourself? What you have done in what you have done so far in crypto, Web3, and even if you have a real job or you're just unemployed like everyone in Web3.
So I'm currently unemployed, but I chose it. No, maybe a little bit of a background. I come from 10 years working on strategy, brand portfolio management, brand building in the luxury and beauty or fragrance industry.
Okay.
I've quit my job 2 years ago because I don't like fragrances. I don't wear any. And I thought, maybe it's time for me to switch and to move to something else. In the meantime, discovered crypto and went down the rabbit hole. And this is more or less where I am today. Still remember, maybe a couple of months before I quit my job, we had the chance to have a conference by somebody you may know, a guy who's called Ian Rogers. He's the Chief Experience Officer at Ledger, was the Chief Digital Officer at LVMH before. He was one of the guys that led the digital music revolution starting in 2000. So kind of a cool guy. And one of the things he mentioned was very, very straightforward is if you want to understand crypto, NFTs, blockchain, and so on, you have to participate. You have to buy your first NFT, you have to buy your first crypto and dig a little bit into it. And that's what I did and where am I today. And that's how I entered, at the very beginning.
What did you buy first?
First bought Bitcoin at the top, obviously, back in 2022.
Let's go.
46K, only down since then. Well, not in the last few months, obviously, but
exactly.
And then NFTs came a couple of months later, and my very first NFT was let's say it this way. My first relevant NFT was Blocksmith Lab, and it was actually my second or my third.
Okay.
So kind of lucky with that one. And ever since, my focus has been to try to understand what lies behind this technology, because I really see it as a technology. I think the word of NFT can encompass so many different things, and we'll discuss about that, I guess. But you can talk about DAOs, you can talk about communities, but you can talk about art, about gaming, about stakes in a company, or just certificates that you can use in your daily life. And yeah, my focus point has been to try to understand how we could use that technology in the real world with brands, with consumers. So a bit like trying to bridge the gap between where I come from and where am I today.
Okay. Do you think there is? How do you bridge the gap with like Web2 and Web3? I hate that sentence, but like the people who are like working in like corporate job, like again, like you work with L'Oreal, right?
Not L'Oreal? With L'Oreal, another one.
No, another one. Okay, so like a big company that sell perfume and stuff. How do you onboard the people who work there full time since like forever to crypto and even like crypto Twitter, when like you get people signing up transaction and then they have to sign the transaction again to get thousands of dollars? Like, how is that possible?
It's going to take 5 to 10 years minimum.
Yeah.
I mean, you mentioned it before, right? We are in 2000. Even the fastest blockchain that people use is getting crashed every single time. Thousands of people want to use it. So I think in terms of user experience, in terms of even the tools that we have now, the wallets, the seed phrases and whatnot, I can't believe a normie to be accepting to use this kind of technology. It needs to go seamless at some point. Yet I still I see the value. I think I grew the conviction that our lives going to be tokenized one way or another for different reasons. First, because of security. Everybody can counterfeit, I don't know, a passport, an ID, a driver license. Tomorrow, if that's emitted from a recognized creator on the blockchain, you won't be able to counterfeit those anymore, right? So my conviction is in 5 to 10 years, maybe more, maybe a little less, governments will start playing with that. And I think it's going to be the same with most of the assets that we have. I mean, as humans, we love to collect, and we love this, this capacity to have, to express ourselves through the things that we possess. The thing is, and this is for me where we have a big kind of clash. Internet provided the other end of the spectrum. It provided infinity, right? One picture that you had, I don't know, printed was one picture. Tomorrow you post a picture on Instagram, on Flickr, you can make millions of copies, diluting completely the value of it, right? And I think blockchain can bridge that gap now between this infinity that is created by the internet, bringing us back to digital, what we could call digital scarcity, which is for me kind of the real intrinsic value that we have with digital ownership. And so to come back to your question, how do we bridge that gap? It's going to come use case by use case. There are people that are working on the financial side of things, financialization of assets and whatnot. This is something I'm completely agnostic about, so I can't talk about that. But I told you I come from the luxury industry.
Yeah.
Tomorrow you can have the proof that you own an Hermes bag.
Yeah.
That it's authentic. You have his life cycle. You have, the number of times it got repaired. And then tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, you want to sell it or you want to buy it. You want to buy it on Vinted. What is your guarantee that it's 100% authentic? Except having people like, craftsmen going into it and looking at it, right?
Yeah.
And putting their stamp like, this is 100% truth. If you can link it to a digital asset that is unique, boom, problem solved. And this is why you have a couple of startups in France that have started on that route. Every single watch by Breitling today comes with a digital certificate that will allow, secondhand purchases and so on. And all those little moments will, I think, step by step, educate the consumers about the potential and about the value, tangible and intangible, of digital ownership.
No, 100%. But okay, so for example, in case of the Hermes bag, I want to have a real one, of course, right? But I'm also ready to pay 10% of the price and have a fake one and still flex it on Instagram, right? So
the thing is that you don't buy an Hermes bag to flex it on Instagram. I think that the reason to purchase, if you want to have a real one, is completely different. Is you're buying a piece of culture, you're buying a brand, you're buying a social symbol, and you're not buying that when you know that you're buying a fake one. That's why luxury has been growing like double digit for the last 20 to 30 years, right? Even during the crisis, luxury goods have still been growing. Why? Because some people want to express the success somehow, whether it's very obviously with a logo or more, let's say, intimately with a watch that you have never heard about.
And even like right now, like the most luxury item, it's like the silent branding, like when you don't see the logo of anything, but if you wear that piece of clothes, you know that you are part of the secret club of like this brand clothes stuff. It's like the silent Illuminati rich people of the world.
I love how you say that. I used to study that 20 years ago. And it was already the case in like most, at least Occidental/European countries, where, you know, putting out status symbol wasn't so much a thing anymore, at least for the wealthiest. Why? Because those codes had been acquired by the new rich, les nouveaux riches in French, and they wanted to differentiate themselves. And they knew that, if, let's say, they were wearing a Prada suit, each other would know that they were wearing a Prada suit, but the guy that just bought the latest Louis Vuitton or Gucci bag with the big logo on it wouldn't know it. So that was kind of the way to differentiate. But we're going a bit far from NFTs and Web3 right now.
No, but it's kind of like linked anyway, because all of that is human behavior anyway, right? Okay, so David Lee had to drop in before I go to bed. No need to subtitle.
Anyway.
Welcome to the French Revolution.
But it's interesting because if you think about it, NFTs and luxury are exactly the same. It's scarcity, 100%. It's community, and it's exclusivity. So they somehow work exactly the same way. And I think they probably might evolve the same way in the future. Like you were saying, there will be at some point a silent luxury with NFTs as well.
That would
you need to have a CryptoPunk on your Tiffany necklace, right?
Exactly. Or even like a transparent JPEG, and like these transparent JPEGs that display fucking nothing. It's like worth like 50K. I liked how the community has unspoken symbols that are silent but speak loudly enough for everyone to ask and get in the game. But I watched again, like, you know, the Bored Ape video that's like they were pretending that they were like Nazi culture symbols and stuff. And that's like crazy that you can search for the symbols in that stuff and like found them, but they're not. It's just bullshit. And I think like
maybe it isn't. I don't care. But it's for that. If you're looking for symbols, you will find them.
Exactly, which is cool because again, that's why I like crypto, I like finance, and I have my epiphany of content creation now that it's not about the content itself, it's about like how human works, like the human mind works, and how you play with it to like attract people to watch your shit and like follow you and stuff. This, I think it's the big brain way to like execute.
It's very simple. Some people look for similarities called community, and some people look for let's say conflicts, to say it in a very polite way. They want to fight against whatever consensus that they can find.
100%. And then it's enticed to the whole community part of it, of this Web3 culture, right? Which is also interesting because, again, like people want to lower friction to enter Web3, but in a way, I want to Web3, like personally, I still want to Web3 to be a counterculture, and I don't want to onboard normies, but I want normies to do the effort to jump into Web3. You know, and it's kind of like 4chan cultures in the 90s, right? Or internet, like, oh no, I don't want my parent on internet, or I don't want my parents on Facebook because it's my social network, right? But like the gap, you know, like the gap between what's happening outside of crypto and Web3 and what, like, bro, like, one more, like,
but like, what you're talking about is Web3 socials. Which for me is a minority of Web3. We've talked about that already in our one-on-one conversations. Like, how many people are on crypto Twitter? 100K, 200K, 300K maybe?
Yeah, but it's
okay, let's say 500K. How many people in the world own crypto? More than 500 million.
Yeah.
It's our own little eco bubble. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that even if you onboard your parents to crypto, they won't go on crypto Twitter looking for your nickname and your wonderful JPEG as a profile picture. Those are two different worlds.
My sister actually, like, she find my Twitter account because I think I shared and I was saying, oh yeah, I'm going to retire my parents, and then the week after she came to, oh yeah, you're gonna send me some money. That's cool. I said, oh okay.
I said parents, not sister.
I fucked up here, but yeah, then bear market, right? So yeah, there's something. Peng's dropping bar. That's why you're here. Leeway. That's why you're here, bro. And looks like I'm not going to highlight your comments. Leeway. If you can change your name in the YouTube config, but it is what it is. But okay, so,
he's okay with that. He has shown his face in the past already.
We're gonna make him famous. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so like again, back to this like barrier to entry into Web3, right? Like even we are like, okay, also like I like how do you say that? Like the inner circle, like the bubble ecosystem. Oh, fuck, what was this?
Eco bubble?
Yeah. Second.
Echo chamber.
Echo chamber. Yes. I like to be in our own echo chamber because I don't want to talk about anything else outside of Web3, you know? And again, if you want to join the club, okay, welcome. But I don't want to lower the bar to entry because they will come anyway. They will come when Bitcoin will be at 1 million, you know?
I'm not going to be very politically correct, but to be honest, each time I look outside what's happening outside of our eco bubble, what's happening in Web3, my brain is growing a little bit again, and I'm feeling a bit less stupid than what I'm seeing on crypto Twitter. So, I mean, you can stay in your little bubble, but
I'm kidding,
and I'm not just shitting on people that are on crypto Twitter. Obviously, it's more. I think it's a question of there is some inertia on what kind of content is working. And there is the limitation of the character or the limitation of our time span that we allocate to crypto Twitter. So at the end of the day, it's not the place where you want, people to actually think. People go to crypto Twitter to get entertained, and that's it.
Yeah, that's true. But in crypto, I still think we kind of like have one of the smartest people in the world in a way, right? Okay, so except like Tesla, 100%. like rocket ship science, etc. But like, for example, like if you start talking to AI, that could be interesting. But like guys like Mew or even like I don't know, like Pac-Man from Blur, or like all of those guys are smart as fuck. If you talk to them in a room, maybe not on Twitter, but in in the back room of like an event in NFT NYC and stuff, this guy is smart, bro.
No, 100%, and that's why I'm involved, and that's why I'm, and that's why I love the space. I mean, you were talking about, Pac-Man. You can talk about Luca Nets, that I'm sure we'll mention at some point, with Pudgy Penguins and all the team. People like Carlos from Jericho. Now, huge amount of people, but the cloud effect of crypto Twitter is something else, right?
True.
Adding to that anonymity, which I love and hate at the same time, but it brings out the worst of the people. But let's skip topics, no? Let's not shit on crypto for an hour.
That's interesting because, again, like that's a paradigm that I want to talk with you, because I know, like, you, again, business-oriented point of view, but like, if you see what's going on, in Web3 / crypto Twitter, etc., like even right now with meme coins mania, right? Like the gambling meta of Web3 is winning, right? Like all of the builders project
has always won.
Exactly. No, 1%. True.
Like it's just one trend
True.
to another, one layer to another. It started with crypto, then we had NFTs, then we had metas within NFTs when NFTs were a thing. Then it came to DeFi. Now we have coins, shit coins, meme coins, culture coins, whatever you want to call them. We are building culture, right? Explain me. And tomorrow we'll have something else. I mean, the majority of the people that are involved in crypto are here to make money. That's easy as it is. And then you try to find creative ways to not repeat exactly the same formulas, but the formulas are the same anyway at the end of the day. Is FOMO into something new that is cool, that looks cool, that sounds cool, and have people creating content around it so as to amplify it, create a snowball effect, and boom, until onto the next one.
Yeah. So what are you doing right now in Web3?
Well, same as before. I'm not so much of a trader. I think I mid-curve too much, all that shit. I'm not. I mean, you have to recognize your strengths and your weaknesses, right? And I think my strengths is more to build conviction, have kind of an investor mindset, and invest in people that or in projects or in blockchains or whatever. That, in my opinion, can solve a real problem or have a real addressable market in the future. That future being in 6 months to 12 months to 24 months from now. Each and every time I've tried to understand those meta and to ride them, I arrive too late.
Yeah.
The camera got me.
If it's already on Twitter, it's too late, right?
So yeah, I'm just doing what I know how to do is keep on analyzing the market, keep on understanding, reflecting on future use cases, understanding the successes of certain projects, and then having fun building connections with people again, like you and like many others. I love to be in founders' DMs and dropping them ideas and pissing them off with ideas.
Bro, that's exactly why I built this channel, man. Like that's exactly what I want to do for the rest of my life. And talking to founders and stuff, it's cool, man. And it's kind of the easy position too, because you go, oh yeah, what's up? What are you cooking? Can you cook that? Yes, let's build that shit. And then 2 years after, you make, okay, thank you for the money. But okay, so you're not okay. So you're not chasing. Yeah, you're not a mercenary, like Web3 mercenary, basically.
No, not at all. Not at all. No. I don't have time for that. I mean, I told you that I've quit a couple of years ago to focus on Web3. Now I want to make a career of it, but not the crypto
the Gen
guy style. Not because I was, and I'm not sure if you're familiar with Run. The guy who is a trader in Sniper, and he was comparing how crypto and poker were the same. For a little story, 15 to 20 years ago, I was quite good at poker. I was playing every day. So I had my job 9 to 5 and then was playing poker at night, and I was making double my salary in poker.
Shit.
And at some point I thought, okay, now I don't have a social life anymore because I work and then I play poker and I make money, but that I can't use, right? And I thought, okay, but do I really want in 10, 15, 20 years to look back and say, what have you done for the last 15 years? Make money playing poker? I'm having exactly the same reflection today. Yes, I could do it. But in terms of achievement, in terms of, what impact I'm going to have on this world, it's not for me.
Oh, you want to have impact in the world?
Well, yeah, I want to contribute. I want to build some shit, you're building shit. I'm not I don't want to reflect on in 10 years thinking, I bought the bottom, I sold the top, and that's my life, and that's how I make money. Yeah, it's cool. Okay, but it's not a philosophy of life for me.
That's okay. We had this discussion this week in the DM. That's 100% like the European mindset versus the American, North American one, where we are romantic about business because we want to build cool shit and stuff like that. While the American are okay, we're gonna make. I don't have an ID, but let's make 100 million in 2 years. Kind of again, the SBF mindset of oh yeah, I want to make money. Okay, that was maybe a PR stunt too, but I want to make as much money as possible so I can help. okay, that's okay. I'm saying it now, but it's kind of like reverse, like of what I defend, because it was using that romantic aspect of building a business as a PR stunt when he just wanted to make money. Okay, no. How can I express that? Like the way of making money is for us is even more important than making money or like build a business, you know? And it can be counterintuitive when you live in a free market setup, you know? Because you can say, okay, I want to go into that direction and I will stick to it because that's what I want to do. But the market is saying otherwise. And that's interesting.
No, and I think it comes like when you're saying European versus Americans, it comes from a simple fact, which is our look at money. At least in France, you don't ask openly what's your salary, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And you're not proud of your salary when you're either doing little money or huge money. It's not a topic. Like it's almost indecent to talk about it. In other cultures, it's the opposite, right? It's a status symbol. It's you're proud of it, you scream it, and you're proud to say, last year I made 100K. Blah,
exactly.
Blah, blah. Yeah, no, it's completely cultural. Yeah. Completely romantic.
I don't know who's right.
There's no right. Like, be happy at the end of the day. No, if you make enough, like, if you fulfill your personal goals, if your personal goal is to make money, well, you'll be chasing money all your life. If your personal goal is to have more of an impact, to build some cool shit, to whether it's a cool brand, whether it's a channel with content, whether it's a service. Whether it's a product, whatever, and you build it and people are happy with it, then the sense of fulfillment might be
exactly better. I mean, like money for money is kind of like meh, but like money for freedom, it's cool.
But what is freedom? Like, when are you free when you're chasing money? Tell me. You make your first million, you'll chase the second. You make the second, you'll chase the 10 because you find a friend that has a private jet, and you want the private jet, and then you'll make 100.
No, you want the freedom to choose to make more, because when you're making like 1,000 a month, you don't have the freedom to choose. Okay, maybe I'm gonna change my job, right? But like when you are like already past like whatever, like when you have enough savings to sustain yourself for 6 months, then you can think about your life and fulfill it more, right? You know what I mean? Like when you just like living paycheck for paycheck.
No, there is a minimum threshold for sure, but you know that there is a study that was made by an American sociologist that was saying above 80K, you're never going to be happier. You could work more, you could work more efficiently, blah, blah, blah. But even if you triple your salary, you're not going to be happier, because the cost in terms of personal impact to reach that salary, the effort that you're going to put is going to, by difference, lower your happiness.
100%. Yeah, like the ratio happiness to money.
Romantic.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Well, to be romantic.
That's why I like French people, because we debate about philosophical questions. That's cool. But
we've lost like half the audience already, I'm pretty sure.
No. Okay, so Leeway went to bed, so there is that. I'm pretty sure Surprise here, like, listen to European mindset question stuff. But we can go back to NFT anyway. Why do you like Pudgy Penguins so much?
Why do I like Pudgy Penguins so much? I think it starts with the team. Guys are brilliant. They have identified a potential that we can discuss, and I know that you disagree with that, but I think the potential of the IP, I agree with them, is tremendous in terms of applications. The cute, the kawaii, is something that is universal and that will keep on being universal in the next 5 to 10 years or 20 years or whatever. Starting with the kids, and then my trends with adults. Like penguins have always been cute. So that's the starting point. I think they've built a crazy machine when it comes to creating a brand. They really understood, some people, it would take them 20 to 30 years to understand what they have built, or to build a similar roadmap. But I'm super impressed by their age. They have this capacity to understand that, first layer, you need to build a huge foundation of brand awareness. And they've done that, through the different avenues with Instagram and the contents, the video contents, the little, animes that they put out every week. When it comes to the Giphies, they have launched TikTok as well, and yeah, we've seen a huge snowball effect on how that content has proliferated. And like even myself today, I receive GIFs from Pudgy Penguins from friends that have no clue that I'm a Pudgy Penguin holder and that I'm into NFTs. So like
that's cool.
That for me is it's like the breakpoint. And then how to translate that into actual products that will make sense and that make sense, bring joy to the people that get them, with the plushies, with the toys, and I have full trust in them to keep on building layers to that brand to one day have a Pudgy Penguin, how you call that, cartoon film, or a movie or whatever. So expanding and expanding and expanding the content. Sided with that, the management of community is crazy for me. It's crazy good. I have not seen anything else, like anything similar across Web3. There is this thing that is called the PegPal Mafia. It's essentially like kind of a big map or a big map. Let's call it a map of all the Pudgy Penguins holders that are experts in something. Expert in crypto, expert in dev, expert in trading, in whatever in DeFi, in media, in content creation, graphic designers, blah 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 blah. You have like a map of everything that reflects as well, or that translates into Discord channels, so that if you're interested, you are a dev, you want to meet with other devs, you have a question that you want to ask, boom, you go and you have it. And the thing is, like, I want to say it that way, but chats attracts chats, right? Once you start having chats in the community that can help you, then you become one because you grow and you get educated and you attract the others. And that's a little bit how they manage to somehow create a huge foundation of people that kind of like-minded. They share the vision, they share the dream of Pudgy Penguins, but they also bring something to the table. That something to the table is a cement to the community, and on top of that, obviously they help on building the brand as well. With the GIFs, with all the content that you can create through the different memes. So for the people that don't know, essentially what you can do is submit an idea for a GIF on the Pudgy Penguin website, saying, "Oh, I want to tell that story with my Pudgy Penguin or with my little Pudgy. This is the number." And potentially after 1 week or 2 weeks, they will have it created for you, uploaded on Giphy, and you can use it anywhere. And that's huge. That's huge because suddenly you have much more than an NFT in your hands. You have like taken part into the creation of something that's much bigger than you, and that helps proliferate the brand, helps keep on growing the awareness, growing the the engagement, this emotional tie that you have with the brand. And all that, I think, like if I had to summarize in 2 minutes, they master the business vertical, the Web2 vertical, but they have managed to create a playbook as well on how to create, let's say, a Web3 community vertical that amplifies the business vertical.
And without like giving you like token left and right and like second collection, third collection, and drop every Wednesday, right?
Yeah, 100%. They've always refused until now to do a token. So in Pudgy Penguins, you have 3 collections today. You have Pudgies, you have Lils, and you have Rods. But all those were already created when they purchased the IP and the brand. So they have not created anything. But you have people that obviously come and offer, like Dimension Dim was Pudgy Penguins were one of the biggest allocated communities, and you have many more. Like I could even check now, but I think that they probably have between 10 and 12 airdrop opportunities ongoing right now.
Yeah, well, that's why we saw like the recent pump, right? Like when they flipped Bored Ape, that was after the speculation of the token, but even like the airdrops meta that and everyone knows that all of the Pudgy will be included in the collection. So that helped. Because that's interesting. Because because that's one of maybe the only collection that exactly like after they took over, like they didn't promise anything for the holders. They execute their shit, and then it's all come all like
they promised a lot of shit to the holders. They promised a vision of we will make Pudgy Penguins the #1 NFT and the face of NFTs in the world, and this is how we're going to do it. And you're going to help us doing this, this, and that. That's the only thing that I saw.
Okay. How long did it take them to do that? 2 years?
Until they took over. I think it was 1 year and a half ago, something like that.
That's
1
cool.
year and a half ago, or maybe 2 years ago now. Yeah, no, 2 years ago. 2 years ago. Yeah.
Damn, that's cool.
It's long for us, but it's so short for what I've built.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, imagine yourself again, and let's step out of Web3 for a second, and that's a topic that I wanted to discuss with you. But 2 years to be in Walmart?
Yeah, it's massive.
Which other brand in the world has done that? 2 years to be #1 on Amazon at launch. Which other brand has done that?
Okay, because sell to Zara. I don't know the condition.
No clue about the numbers.
I don't know the condition. But like,
and I have no clue about how much business they have done.
Yeah. Exactly. So, that's what we discussed too, right? Like with the Forbes cover, like what's the fine lines of that kind of deals? I'm not really aware of that. Like, is that big dick shit, or is that just you have to pay like a $250,000 and then you will have your face on Forbes cover stuff? You know what I mean? Like
100% for sure that there is a like from what I know, so French context, I don't know about Forbes, but I know that indeed you can have the two approaches. Either they contact you and they say, we want to create an article about you, blah, 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 and it's for free. Or they contact you as a company and they say, listen, we could give you half a page. It costs that much. And in France, for like famous newspapers, it's 5 to 10 grand. I'm guessing Forbes would be a little bit more. In any case, that means that still they have validated you.
No, 100%. But it's like the Forbes 30 under 30, 40 under 40, 50 under 40. Like it's when you dig that a little bit, it's like, it's something.
It's a bit of networking and so
on. But like, it's the game.
I'm a bit of a maxi, but I want to say, they still made it to the cover.
No, 100%. Like even if I pay like Neil,
even if they paid, even if Lucas paid, them accepted to put the CEO of an NFT collection
100%
on the cover of Forbes.
There is a story, right? Like, and like it's telling them, okay, so we are selling our plushies in Walmart. That's what Forbes understand, right? Like, So it's even if they pay or something. Okay, wait, you lost your connection, bro. Frozen.
I'm back.
You're gone. I can't hear. I think it's coming back. Nope, it's not coming back. Oh, wait. Is it? No, you're frozen. Chat, is that frozen? Is that for me? No? Yeah, chat, we're still live, right? Yeah, I think you're gone, bro. Let me check. That was cool. I think we're still live, right? Yeah, we're still live. We're still live. Okay, it's back. Yo, welcome home. That's better. Yes, MetaBib.
So I was saying, we're selling plushies that come with a digital experience and with digital assets that you can own. And that are part of something that they are going to launch in the next upcoming weeks. Let's say it has been a little bit delayed, but it's Pudgy World.
They do that too?
Yeah,
they do the delays.
Every single time they need to develop something, they have delays for sure. You know what we're talking about, right?
Never.
Do something.
I don't do bugs. I don't do delays.
No, but and Pudgy World's going to be super cool. They have hired some of the best. I can't recall now the name, so I'm not gonna name drop, but devs that have experience in building games and building digital
massive.
world ecosystems, kind of metaverses, blah, 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 it should be cool.
Yeah,
it should be cool.
That makes sense. And it's something that you personally understand has like business that makes sense in a Web3 world, right? Like it's not like, again, like a meme coin that you gamble and you have like a 99% chance to go to zero or like you're gonna do 10x in 3 minutes. Like it's a long-term play that's paying out. Yeah.
The thing is, like, I mean, it's like,
hard to replicate though.
Yeah, it's 100% hard to replicate. You not only need a playbook, but you need the assets, you need the mindset, you need the right community. But again, like having friends that are outside of crypto sending me Pudget Penguins GIFs on WhatsApp.
Yeah, that's a
I don't need more.
Yeah, that's a huge, like, weak signal of like success. Like It's massive. Yeah, it's massive.
Exactly.
Which is
No, and it's a cool journey. And to be honest, I didn't even buy for the, let's say, the price go up promise. I just wanted to, understand how Luca works. I was seeing him on crypto Twitter. I was listening to a couple of spaces, and I was like, the guy's a beast. I want to understand what is happening, inside the machine. And that's why I started buying.
Makes sense.
Or I bought my first one, and then the second one, the third one, and whatever. But yeah, it's a cool machine. Like what they have.
You have more than one? You have the bag?
Now I have a couple, but yeah, I've been trading them up and down. Okay. Still learning, But when the little stopped at 2 weeks, I was like,
Oh yeah.
Maybe they're going to dip at some point. Maybe the market is a bit overextended right now.
Especially right now, bro. Like is NFTs or even like NFTs in general, it's not garbage, but like it's bloodbath, still a bloodbath. Yeah,
but it's normal. It's normal. Like 99% or trash. Like it's a couple of things for me. There's one thing which is we are in a casino economy. So everybody with half of an idea is launching or was launching an NFT collection, and then the cabal entered and say, "Oh yeah, we're going to make sets on correct a 10K collection." Hello, yeah, because we rate on Twitter, but again, it's my rational brain that doesn't get that. And the other reason is I believe because people don't have patience. It's normal as well. Like when you can make a 10x in a meme coin from one day to another, or 10x on over leveraged trades from one day to another, you don't have the patience to say, okay, I'm going to invest in that company and I'm going to wait for 2 years, and I'm not going to accept if they pivot, if they change a little bit their product to adapt to a new product market fit, you know what I mean? And when that happens, they dump it. And I'm like, well, this is now how real business works. And this is where I'm saying, maybe NFTs will have a tough time for the next few years, but I still believe that as a technology, having digital ownership as stakes in a company makes sense, among others, like art as well, gaming as well, IP as well. But patience it's a cruel thing in this space. Like, go ahead, and then I'll tell you my little story.
Like, I think, okay, so first, like, there is a risk reward. Like, for example, like you take a collection for like Decod3rs, you put 1 soul, you have 5 because like the floor is like 0.5, 0.3. If we have partnership with anyone on the Web3 universe, you're going to have an allocation that will buy back your bag like 100%, right? If you have an NFT that has already like a 20, 30, 50 soul, the risk reward is way lower than having like a micro market cap. So that is an interesting place to do. Like, for example, again, asset, like we started talking about Decod3rs, like Asset Dash right now, massive. Like the risk reward is insane. It will take more times to do like your 100x, but you increase your chance of success, I think.
It's a different profile of investment. The higher the reward, the higher the risk. That's obvious. I think
who's
investing
right? Who's right though? Like all
no
of
one
them.
is right. You have your thesis, you follow your thesis.
Yeah.
There are some people that decide to allocate 2% of their investments
True.
in cryptos. Out of those 2%, maybe half a percent in NFTs.
Mm.
Other people are all in on crypto and 90% in NFTs. You know, like there is a gap and there is place for everyone in the market.
Yeah.
It just depends on. And I think that's also something that we missed. But it's a thesis. Like, what is your investment thesis at the end of the day? Are you here to make short-term money, long-term money?
Yeah.
Or you're here to trade every single day, or are you here more to buy assets and do something else and sell them when the price reach what you could consider as your fair market value? But again, when when investing in startups, I think it's wishful thinking to think that you'll make your investment overnight, because the only thing that can drive your investment overnight, that can increase the value, is higher demand than the day before, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, that's a cycle, that's a bubble, that's going to implode. Long-term thinking, you need to give a little bit of time to those projects, whether it's Decod3rs or others, Asset Dash, Jellico, whatever, to lend their shit, right? And I wanted to tell you a little bit story. I started, like, my first real investment was in a startup that is in medtech. One of my best friends built it. It was back in 2016. So first I invested at the end in a founder market fit, right? Because he was coming from, he was a pharmacist, he's done a business school, and then has worked like 5 years in a big pharma before launching his company. So I was betting on his idea and on him being able to lend that idea in that industry. The year after, they came with an MVP. It was super cool. And they came with a kind of a roadmap, a business plan saying, yeah, we're going to tackle big pharma. And I was like, oh, that's super smart. That's where you come from. The year after, next Assemblée Générale, how you call that in English? General Assembly? No? Like, stakeholders, meeting, let's call it that way.
Shareholder meeting, yeah.
They come back and say, no, we need to pivot. Big pharmas don't really receptive to our product today. We are going to target, what was it at the time? Doctors, and only doctors. And we were super pissed, right? Because last year we had a vision, and that vision had already quite changed. And the year after, they came back saying, no, we are going to change the target, build a new product. And at some point, I started questioning myself, like, should I be pissed? Or should I just, trust him? They're building a cool product. The product has not changed. It's their job to build a cool product and then to find the right market fit for the vision that they saw, right? And I think it's exactly the same in our space. At some point, you have to believe that your founder is capable to deliver in the industry, in the area that he's building into. And then, if that's the case, let them cook. Let them try, let them pivot, let them change directions, and not spread them because they made a decision that it's not exactly what they said 2 months ago. And I mean, remember, when it comes to startup, I was talking about years and years and years, right?
Yeah.
I've been investing in startups since 2016, so it has been 8 years.
Okay, but wait.
In NFTs? Yeah.
No, sorry. Like, in your example, you say, okay, they have a cool product and they try to find a market for it, kind of. Like, that's what you said, right?
No, they're trying to. So, no, they have a vision. They have a product that solves that vision. And they need to find a way to create a market for it, right? And to find the right way to monetize it.
Okay, so obviously I know nothing about like all of the industry and stuff, but like, is that not the other way around? Like, you have a market, you identify a need, and then you build the product?
I don't think so. Not necessarily. Like, you can have the two approaches. Again, if you find a real pain point that has economic value, and you build a product for that pain point, then your job is to kind of find the bridge between the two, right? And there are many different routes that can lead to Rome. Again, if the product that you're building solves that pain point.
That's way easier sell than creating a product and try to find a market for it. Because, like, for example, like if you have a market and then you create a product that solves the need, then you're selling a painkiller. But if you create a market for your product, it's a nice to have. So it's like vitamins. And what kind of medicament, like drugs you want to buy, of like between the vitamins and a drug and a painkiller, you want to buy the painkiller because you suffer something. But if it's a nice to have, then it's harder because like you can live without it.
I didn't express myself properly. It's the way to monetize the product that they are figuring
that's
out.
different. Okay, that's
who
different.
do I sell it to, and who is going to be the best in place to implement it so that it has a huge impact, not only for society but for the business as well. Right? That's why they're talking big pharmas, talking hospitals, talking doctors and pharmacists
that's different.
and whatnot. I didn't express myself.
Okay, cool, nice. Love that. And like, okay,
so that explains a little bit my philosophy as well.
Okay,
like, in a project that I'm invested in, pivots, I'm fine because I bet in you as a founder, and unless you're doing stuff that kills my trust, and on stuff that kills my trust, I exclude I want to rev share tomorrow. Then I'm fine with it,
Okay, so that's a nice transition. So why are you bullish on Decod3rs then?
Ooh, that's a vast topic. That's a very vast topic. I think first, our media and social media environment is completely fucked. Whether it's as a creator, and creator for me is large, right? There's the content creators, but it's as well the brands that are trying to talk to their users, the consumers, the fans. And us as users, we are like completely rinsed by platforms that have hegemonic power. The reality is it becomes like, from a brand or content creator perspective, it becomes more and more expensive for you to reach an audience, right? If you compare the numbers of like cost per million on impressions or reach 5 years ago to today, nothing to compare. For us as a user, the experience has worsened and worsened and worsened. The reason behind is we live in an attention economy battle, and they have built algorithms that, let me say it in a very candid way, don't want our good. They want us to stay fucking connected as much as possible. You want to open, you're opening Instagram because you received a notification because your best friend sent you a meal that is a video or a GIF. Their goal is to make you stay connected for the next hour, not to let you come back to your life, right? So, and I think that we're reaching a point where like I'm completely I don't find my words in English right now, but like anxious about opening, the likes of Twitter, Instagram, and whatnot. Yet I still love to follow certain content creators or certain brands that I like. And the problem is that when I open Instagram today, to be honest, I have a list of 5 to 10 names.
Yeah.
I search for them to find their content, and then I quit it.
Yeah.
But that's not sustainable, right? Because maybe I want to follow more than 5 to 10. So coming back to our topic is, I'm more than happy to support people, projects that are trying shit and that are going into a direction of a more, let's say, user-centric and creator-centric platforms that at the end connect each other.
That makes sense.
And beyond that, and that stuff that I know because we talked in DMs as well, I think you've shown in the past the capacity first to do everything in garage mode, but you don't have like this fear to put your hands in the dirt and to try to develop cool shit and to make some test and learns. Love the idea of having this Chrome extension. Like, for me, the Chrome extension was like, oh, wow, this is coming to the real world. A little bit stupid, a little bit funny. It was like, it makes sense, actually. It can make sense and it can bring value. And the fact that you have this, you're not afraid to pivot either, to challenge yourself, to ask questions and to say, okay, but how am I going to go to the next step or to land to my vision? My vision is clear. How do I go there? And finding different routes and trying different approaches. And that's what I love.
Bullish. Let's go. That's what's up. About the notification stuff, like for me, like my phone is on focus 100% of the time because my phone doesn't tell me, oh yeah, you check me now. I decide to check my phone. You know what I mean? Like all of my notifications are off except Discord and like all of the yeah, okay, even Twitter. I put Twitter on notification because I need to reply to a meme accounts to to reach 5 minutes. I'm almost done. I'm almost done. I like 4.8. I don't know why in the last 3 days I don't have the same impression, so it's so sad. But guys,
the algorithm has beaten you.
Yeah, I'm fucked. Like guys, like Pengzou DM me like 2-3 days ago saying like, bro, if we were not talking in the DM, I would have muted you because you're saying so much bullshit. I said, bro, let me cook. It's almost done.
I can't wait for it to be done, to be honest.
Yeah, no,
I can't wait.
And then I'm gonna share big brain tweet, bro. It's gonna be insane. So much value coming on my Twitter account.
Give me the popcorns.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, follow me on Twitter,
I'll
please.
wait for it.
And Mitchell have kind of the same profile than you. Like we understand each other, like the business part of Web3. Oh shit! What did I do? Reply. Okay, no, it's good. That's kind of the same discussion in the DM altogether. We should create a Cabal group on Telegram altogether. It's dope. But yeah,
not sure of our influence from a Cabal perspective, but more than happy to do so.
No,
again, yeah,
exactly. The bald bad.
That could be a cool meme coin.
It's coming 100%, man. Cooking the memes. But like it's like, and because of this like 5 million impression shit, like I kind of not pivoted because I still want like this kind of discussion and like understand, like help people understand the business side of it, because like 100% the thesis, like the vision that you have, like with the business Web3 oriented like project and stuff, like not into meme coin and stuff, like I agree 100% with you. I still think like if the market is going into that direction, we still need to embrace it in a way, but like being less degen, because the degen part of it is already well served. Like if you want to be entertained, follow Commynity, follow Thread guys. They're doing a great job. They're like killer. They're leading the industry. Cool, right? If like the fact that we have that kind of like business oriented startup guys mindset, it's gonna be different, and that's gonna be like your editorial line stuff. But we still need to cover those meme coin mania. It could be interesting to see meme coins via the prism of like business shit. I don't know how to do that. Yeah, I don't know how to do that, because like what kind of business question do you ask Slav? Like, oh yeah, what's your 5 years roadmap for the coins? Oh yeah, well, let me survive 5 days.
A world of emptiness.
But the market still values that shit to 1 billion. So
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
like, because again, like being counter trade the market, it's tough. You know what I mean? Like again, like launching tomorrow, if you mint tomorrow, as a founder, I will tell you that you don't understand the industry you're living in.
Oh, 100%.
So it's a red flag, right? So, but like if you launch a meme coin, yeah, okay, it's cool, and you have to be executed well. Try to not be the influencers that doing a pre-sale and get like $12, because that's sad. But it's.
I wouldn't launch a meme coin if you're someone famous.
No.
Because at the end of the day, what's going to happen is you'll find more people angry with negative bags than anything else.
Yeah,
you'll find a couple of people that will be happy because they have made bank on your shoulders.
Yeah.
But what's most probably going to happen, I mean, look at the life cycle of most of the meme coins. What is it? Like 80%, 90%, half an hour. 5% they go to 24 hours, and then you have exceptions that have been built throughout the market, either on the base of people that have a name with bonk, or on exceptional being to the exception memes like with. Then this new coin by or what's the name of it again? By the Jupiter team is backed by Jupiter, so it has kind of Yeah, when, not new, when. Yeah, exactly. But apart from those,
yeah,
PayPay has historical provenance, and you'll find a few like that, but you can count them on one or two hands, right?
No, 100%.
If you launch one, you'll get screwed.
But at the end of the day, you have like builders project that are going into the mud right now because like it's kind of counterintuitive against the market, right? Like,
but it's cool. It's good. It's good.
Yeah, no,
maybe not all the projects need an NFT. And I know that if Leeway is still there, he will love that. But
he's sleeping.
Most of the projects, most probably sleeping to watch Arsenal in a few hours. But most of the projects out there, like businesses that have leveraged NFTs to raise money, shouldn't have NFTs. Or a lot of them shouldn't have them. And I suspect that half the reasons why they did it is because it was cool. And they wanted to have this community, but had no clue on how to manage a community and what is the true alignment of incentives between holders and the project. And for me, that is the real question of why or why not you should launch an NFT. And then the other reason is probably because they didn't get any money from VCs, so they tried another route.
But okay, so like with the Pudgy Penguin teams, they could have launched an IP, launched videos on Instagram. Do that
we
shit.
had that conversation.
and execute
you need to
the same.
create it. You need to create that IP, right?
Yeah.
If you have it in front of you, you recognize the potential. You say,
100%.
I'm not going to be able to do like better than that or even 90% of that unless I invest 6 months, hire artists, do back and forth. It exists on the market. It's for sale. They don't want to do shit.
Yeah.
Let's buy it. It makes sense.
100%.
And they have the cash, obviously.
Yeah, that's another story. Yeah, it's not like one guy in the studio like
750 is pocket money.
That's true. Like, but like, maybe the best Web3 project is like a project that doesn't need NFTs.
I don't know. We will see in the future. I do still believe that NFTs enable something that wasn't possible before, which is again not speed. I don't think speed.
No, but the speed of like discovery and like again, like the best case scenario is like the best use case of Web3 community is like 10x Walmart tweet. Like I think that's the beautiful
over leverage or amplify your marketing reach. Is definitely something. And
can you imagine the cost of that, of like making a tweet that have 500,000 impressions for a company that is Walmart? Like the cost of like the CPM of that shit, massive.
Huge for sure. But the beautiful part is, it's not only a CPM, it's engaged, right?
Yeah, no, 100%.
You have hardcore fans behind.
Yeah.
But to come back to that, I'm still convinced in the model of having projects or startups funded with NFTs, as long as they have a real tangible value of aligning incentives with the holders. That doesn't necessarily mean give rev share again. Some projects may do it, others don't. I don't want to comment on that. I think it depends so much on the profile of the business.
Yeah, is the end of volume.
But aligned incentives between the two is
100%.
something that didn't exist before. Like tomorrow, potentially, let's say 5 years from now, you have the choice between giving your money to VCs that are here to make a multiplier and potentially connect you with a few people that they have network with, or raise from a community that's going to be your hardcore fans that's going to help you amplify the messages. Yeah, but much more than Kickstarter, because Kickstarter, you see the product, you're done. Here, you take part in the journey, right? So whatever you launch in the future, you have kind of a base to give you feedback and potentially with chat people feedback to amplify your message, to beta test the platform and whatever. So to also help you avoid doing like pitfalls, mistakes and whatnot. And for that, I mean, it requires something else, which is like a complete shift of paradigm as well in the way that we invest in NFTs, or that the market appreciates NFTs. I don't think those kind of projects should be traded 24/7. It doesn't make sense, right? Imagine you launch a startup tomorrow and you're listed on the New York Stock Exchange. What is your stakes going to do? They're going to plummet because there is a lack of demand for it, right? It needs time.
Oh, it depends of the number of shares that you have. If you have 12 shares, it's fine. Depends. Depends.
It depends for sure.
But I mean, like, yeah, it's no, like the built-in public too. It's cool too. Like in Web3, like when you share everything and like that's why I have so like hard time imagining like corporate people like understand Web3 and back to the point that we talked 1 hour ago, right? Like
But
it's two different worlds. But like
that's gonna come. I'm convinced it's gonna come. Like the same as, and I'm not gonna name the brand, but I remember a conversation that I had back in 2014-15 with the boss of one of the brands I was working with, and we were talking about Instagram. And saying that maybe Instagram's going to play a key role in the brand's ecosystem in the future, and it's a way to reach your consumers where they are, and blah 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 blah. And his answer was Instagram, the app to share pictures. No way.
Yeah. But yeah,
for building in public in the future. I'm convinced. Like you were talking about culture before, right? That I think that sense of digital communities, cultures, and so on is going to spread. And at some point, there will be this, and it goes in line with the change in values that we have in our societies as well, right? The need for transparency on the origins of the products, on whether you're sustainable or not, or where you have your ESG, blah, 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 blah. All that goes together, right? It's a value on transparency because more and more consumers, retail, us, we reject this opacity that we are getting, whether it's from our banks, whether it's from our from brands that we're purchasing the products from, and so on and so forth. It's minor trends, right? It's still weak signals today, but the fact that more and more corporate organizations go into that direction, it means that people 10 years ago had an impact on that. Potentially that's going to happen as well. Like that need for transparency, that willing to share the journey and so on. And maybe it's not going to be the brands of today. Maybe it's going to be the brands of tomorrow that will have a different path. But for sure.
What's the benefit? Okay, why do I like building in public? It's because, so basically for me, building in public, it's like a direct communication to the people that I sell the NFTs, like create content for, etc. So that's why I like that aspect of it. But like, for example, if Nike start to communicate about how they like make the shoes, personally, I don't care. I just want the best shoes for the cheapest price.
No, it's wrong. And I disagree with you. I disagree because you're talking generic. Now, tomorrow, imagine Nike is launching a limited edition with your favorite rapper or your favorite basketball player and whatnot. And suddenly you have the possibility to have the behind the scenes of how that happened, how the design was created, how they choose the inspiration, blah, 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 blah. That's building in public. So it's not building in public of Nike as a corp. It's building in public of Nike as a small culture item. And that I'm pretty sure is gonna amplify more and more in the future because again, like we are all consuming more and more content every day, more and more video contents. So it's not only about the product. Like when you're buying Nike, you're not buying Nike as a product, right? Otherwise you would go to Decathlon because you know that at Decathlon you have the same performance for half the price. You're buying a brand, you're buying a piece of community, a piece of culture. You're buying the logo as well, right? All that goes together as the tie, the knot between the community members.
100%.
So if you can nourish them and create even more pieces of content that will bring them emotional value. Emotional value means more attachment to the brand, more loyalty. You will go for it. 100%.
And that's what, like the more you sell something unintangible, like that you can't count, unintangible that you can count. Fuck it.
Non-fungible? No,
it's abstract or its values or stuff like that. yeah, like the price discovery of the item is getting higher and higher. That's what you see. For example, like
Hermes bag, we were talking about it.
Oh, 100%. Like
you're not buying a Hermes bag for the 5-star utility that you get from it because it fits perfectly your arm and it's not too no. You're buying scarcity, community, craftsmanship, social symbol, and potentially as well something that's going to increase in value over time.
Yeah, so it depends of the brand positioning itself, right? Because if Lidl start to make Hermes quality bag, that doesn't match with the brand.
No, 100% not. But Lidl doing, was it a collab with Nike? Do you remember that pair of shoes that like went completely mad on the limited edition secondary market?
Yeah.
They have a strong brand. They can do cool shit.
Yeah, that's true. Bro, we need to do like the philosophical investors podcast on video.
Oh, we could. I'm not sure if everybody is okay with showing its face, but we can put them a little bit of a GIF instead.
Oh, they can upload the avatar stuff. That's definitely interesting, man. That's fascinating. I like those discussions. It's cool.
Now your brain is dead and you're going to have a nap now.
No. I'm going to boxing in 1 hour. I'm gonna punch people in the face. Maybe I can claim my wormhole allocation before that, but yeah, that's another story. But bro, you know what? We should run that more often. We should do a Pengzou episode more often.
Yeah, we could, for sure.
I think that would be cool. Because we are already above the hour, so we should slowly wrap it up.
But we are French, so we have 15 minutes margin, no?
Exactly. That's why I start the show late and I end up late. It's French culture.
Exactly.
Okay. So last question. Like, okay, no, we're gonna ask you that. Okay, so we say why
ask it in DMs first.
no. Like, so why you bullish on Decod3rs? So you answer that. Like, what would be what can we do better from your perspective? What can we do better?
That's an excellent question.
Yeah. See. Oh, yeah. Chronic. While you think about it, love the philosophical investing space with Alderon, Pengzou, Melted, etc. Yes, everyone, make sure to, if you like the streams that we have just done, because it kind of looked like it, like the philosophical investing space with Pengzou and Alderon as a main co-host, whatever. It's good, it's banger. So yeah, if you want more of Pengzou, follow him. You'll have all of the links in the description. Okay, I'm gonna drop it right now, so don't miss Pengzou because Pengzou has got it. Pengzou, yeah, and then please find weaknesses spot for Decod3rs so I can fix them.
I'm not sure I can find weaknesses spot. I think we had conversations on brand positioning already together. Finding that sweet spot between educational content and entertainment, and I think that once you have found that line, you need 100%. To double down on it. Obviously in the content that you create, in the guests that you will have on the show, and as well in terms of frequency and recurrence. I think that like one of the people that I follow the most, and it's more on the podcast side, is somebody that is like sharp on the days that they deliver the shows. I know that every Sunday morning at around 10, there is a new episode. It's like 3 hours that I have the time to listen to. And then there is another one that comes usually on Wednesday. And that's it. And I have my rhythm. I know exactly when I want to connect. So usually what I would tend to say, but maybe I'm wrong, is fewer but better. But yeah, we can debate on that as much as we want, because we know that affluence on Twitter is something else. So we have to find that sweet spot now between long form content, short form content. Long form content being like really with a German frequency, I want to say, and then maybe, and that's more like maybe a suggestion or a point of discussion, like point to open the discussion is: have you thought of transcribing your content in voice only, so as to put it on Spotify, for instance, as well, for all the people that maybe don't have an hour to watch, but when they run, they could have an hour to listen to.
Yeah, 100%.
That would help you spread the audience.
Yes, that. So initially, the take was like to be on YouTube first and only on YouTube, even before like the live stream on Twitter and stuff, because I wanted the community to have like a central point of like getting there. Obviously, the audience is more on Twitter, so it was kind of a dumb take. So and now that we split on Twitch and Kick, I don't really push it. So like we do basically 0 views there, or like we just have Supra so from time to time on Kick. So yeah, it's cool. Yeah, exactly. Like right now, it's we basically I had it like Twitch and Kick because it take me like absolutely 0 minutes of work to stream everywhere, right? I don't know if I can upload everything on Spotify and Apple Podcast and stuff directly. Yeah.
Maybe you'll have different types of shows. There are weekly shows that are maybe not something that you may want to listen to, but more like, I don't know, episodes with devs. I know that you have one later this week, or with or the weekly with founders or something like this that you can come up with.
But like, don't you use YouTube as a podcast platform?
No, because I can't close my phone.
Oh.
Usually when I listen to a podcast, either I'm driving or I'm walking outside. I have my earplugs. I put my thing in my phone in the pocket, and that's it. I'm not like.
Yeah, no, makes sense.
And I mean, maybe you have recognized that already, but I'm too much of a hyperactive to be like this 1 hour in front of YouTube.
I don't know. I don't know. I never watch like a video on YouTube. I have it on the side or have it minimized, and I just listen to it. Like, and it's changed. That's why a lot of people are doing podcast stuff on YouTube too, right? Because again, you can just listen to it. I was thinking about distribute it on Spotify. I have to check again if I can directly upload it to YouTube and synchronize Spotify to it, and then I don't need to do shit.
Maybe it's a stupid shit. I don't know. Maybe it's a stupid shit. But usually, when I find content that I like and that I want to listen to, whether it's YouTube, whether it's whatever else platform, the first thing that I do is make a search on Spotify to see if it's available, if I can listen to it in the car or whatever.
Okay, that's interesting. And maybe Web3 Spotify is not really served well.
When you're live streaming on Twitter, are you as well having only voice space on Twitter?
So I can do everything. Like right now we are live streaming on Twitter because I think video, it's even a hedge for us, right? Like we do the streams and then, exactly. So there is that. The Twitter space, like when I experimented with Decod3rs, like some live streams, it was just me in the crowd, so I stopped it. But I can have the Twitter space, have the live streams, and I know Rug Radio is doing everything. And
I think very often Nifty are doing the same.
Exactly. Yeah. So like technically we can do it. I think we still need to reach a bigger audience to have like the whole. For it to make sense. Right now, the space plus the live stream is kind of redundant, and I prefer to have, even if it's less friction, I prefer to have like a one point of sale for like the content, because like it's gonna pop in the account. So I don't know.
I was asking because the Twitter spaces, you can listen back to the recording very easily, putting your phone in your pocket, and
well, like the fucking Twitter space, like after 10 tweets, you can find it.
Yeah.
Like the discoverability on Twitter is bullshit. That's why like YouTube it's big, because all of the episode you can find all of the episode on YouTube. So
especially after all the shit talking tweets that you make and the comments that you put on the meme accounts, right?
Exactly. It's almost done. Those audios do live podcasts at all? Decod3rs X Audios partnership. Okay, I can check it. Like if you are aware of like how to push from YouTube to Spotify or Apple Podcast in one click, just let me know. I kind of searched already like last year for 5 minutes. So yeah, because I was thinking about it, but
it's maybe not a priority. It was just more like, and maybe it's something that you need to consider in 6 months when you want to amplify the growth.
That's also like, we can create one more tweet, right? Like we can create an event of like, oh yeah, by the way, I found us on Spotify. Right. So because right now, like if people are not even finding us on Twitter, they're not going to find us on Spotify, right? But yeah, there's that. Okay, I think we should wrap it up because we are already like 20 minutes over. Like
But people are still here. I'm surprised.
1%. See, that's because of you, bro. Quality, big brain content, man. They love the big brain content.
Penguin stuff. They love the penguins.
Okay, see.
And you have not seen, but there are penguins a bit here and there.
Yeah, it's so
kawaii. I told you, I was a penguin before Country Penguins.
Cute. We should talk about that again in the Pengzou episode 2, bro. But yeah, okay. So do you have like any takeaway of like anything that people should remember from you, or like you want to share with the audience before we close the stream? Any big take?
I'm not sure if it's a big take, but I want to double down, triple down, and insist as much as I can on this topic about patience. We're creating startups in the making that have just started, maybe not even started to make revenues. We can't expect them to reach the moon overnight. If they reach the moon overnight, that means that it's overhyped and that the bubble is gonna explode again. But if you have faith in your founders, in their capacity to reach a certain product market fit on the areas, on the industries that they are in, just be patient. Because they can't, like, again. Yeah, I'm gonna close on that. Think about it like this: you launch a startup. You want your founder to be 100% focused on the business, right? And today, the problem that we have with Web3 and with the impatience of Web3 is that they shift the focus. They shift maybe the focus to 50% managing communities and 50% building a business. I would prefer my founders to be 99% focused on building the business and 1% on managing community struggles, community issues, and whatnot. And I think that their businesses would do much, much better, and therefore our bags would be much, much better if that was the case. Yeah, that's my closing thought.
Well,
let them cook.
Let them cook. Let us become influencers over shit posters.
That's not the route I prefer, but yeah. You do you.
You do you because everyone else is taken. But anyway, man, thank you so much for your time. That was a banger. I loved it. We're definitely gonna run that.
It was super cool.
Yeah, we're gonna have a Pengzou episode 2 soon enough. And everyone, like in the Decod3rs community, if you want, if you think you are interesting, let me know. So we can do that. We can do that. Decod3rs show all the show together.
Oh, that would be super cool. Would be super cool to have other people jumping in.
Yeah, that's
super excited to hear other journeys.
Exactly. That we did that like a couple of months ago with Reaper. It was supposed to happen more often, but then I was busy and then I forgot. But yeah, we can definitely do that.
YouTube is content, right?
100%. So yeah, it's content. Let's go. Thank you so much, everyone in the chat. Share everything, live streams on Twitter, Twitch, Kick. Share everything. Just spread the brand. Spread the brand. Bye, everyone. Thank you, Pengzou, and